shrinks in the house. You know, thanks for supporting the channel, especially on the live chats, guys. I mean, contributing, super thanks, these kinds of things. It means a lot to me. But, you know, there's another topic that it doesn't get talked about a lot, like cable, you know, cable debates and do they make a difference and all this other stuff. And, you know, people will have their opinions and that's cool. That's what all the fun's about, right? So, you know, one thing I don't hear getting talked about a lot is, you know, USB versus other forms of input, USB input, coax input when we're dealing with digital devices. So, you know, some people swear by USB just because it can, you know, higher sample rates and that kind of stuff. Well, I'm not in that camp because for me, I mean, probably 90% of my collection is red book resolution, meaning 44.1. It's just red book's another term. Basically CD quality. Do I have any DSD files? I do on the hard drive. And again, I have some DSD that sound worse than red book. So we can't, because of the fancy name beside it, say that it's automatically better until we listen to it, right? And understand it's only going to be as good as the original source. So this topic, this little, this video has to do with USB implementation and how critical it is. You know, when a DAC company, either they're using an off-the-shelf USB or it's their own proprietary, kind of like Shite has their own proprietary. But one thing that I've discovered over the years, there's a handshake, a digital handshake that goes on between the device you're connecting the DAC to, okay? And that doesn't always gel properly. And the way I can tell that is, for instance, you're getting noise when there's sample rate changes, even album changes or track changes sometimes. And when I say noise, I mean like a little pop or a little bit of, you know, a little bit of noise. Well, to me, that don't fly. There's something not right about that. It shouldn't be there. And the reason I proved that to myself is because when I brought properly implemented USB devices, for instance, Air, the company Air, they're basically the grandfathers of USB. They invented it. So I was having noise with other DACs, even some higher end ones through different higher end streamers I had, meaning I would hear a pop and it bothered me. It's like, fuck, you know, all these people are knocking vinyl saying that it's got noise and digital is noise free and all that stuff. Well, that's bullshit too. So I'm going to tell you, if you got noise going on when you're getting sample changes and, you know, that kind of stuff, believe me, it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be there. I don't have any of that. But guys, when I was having these issues with other DACs and other, you know, even the streamer software sometimes can be the culprit there. But, you know, when the Air QB9 came in and I had that connected to the Inuus, it was seamless. Meaning there was zero noise at whatever sample rate it was changing to, album change, track change. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me that this is a properly implemented USB. Okay, so, I mean, I sure hope you're not sitting there watching with a $20,000 DAC that's doing that. And I'm never going to sit here and say that USB sounds the best because I don't have a golden ear enough to tell you that, but right now I'm using coax. And it goes up to 24,192, 24,384. It's good enough for me, guys. I don't need to have the highest sample rates and the DSD and all that stuff. I just don't, and I never will, because I don't have those files, and I don't even care about them, to be honest. You know, I just stream through Tidal, and that's it when it comes to digital, and I have some CDs, a CD collection, nothing huge. But I'm really enjoying it. This is seamless. There is zero noise at whatever sample rate it goes to, either MQA or 24,192 or Redbook or high res, whatever it may be, I'm getting zero noise. And to me, that's a properly put together digital front end. there just shouldn't be any. And some of you may just think it's normal, and I'm sorry if I kind of ruffled your feathers and stuff, but if you're getting that, it's not right. I'm sorry, it isn't. It should be silent, and that's not always easy to get through USB because it's a complex part. It's a very complex device, the USB itself, right? So that's why a lot of companies have gone on and made their own proprietary, like Shite has theirs, and then there's the Yabanero with Metrum, and there's many different ones, right? And usually they're meant to gel with their own streamer device or whatever. When you start to introduce other components, there may be an issue with the handshake there. So I just thought this would be an interesting video, and maybe you can chime in and you know, share your experience, what you're experiencing with your streamer DAC combo. Is it quiet? Are you using USB or coax? What are your experiences, guys? You know, because everyone can learn from it. You know, I'm here to share my experience and what I've learned over the last 25, 30 years. And I like to hear from others, right, that have walked before me, because I'm definitely no know-it-all. I just think the channel, though, it's digging pretty deep, guys. You know, I've helped a great deal of people, whether it be just straight out addiction, or whether how it relates to audio, or maybe sending them on the right direction to get a component that I feel is going to engage them with the music. You know, and I'm very, very cautious when I'm doing that, because I know that this is hard-earned money spent, and that feeling of disappointment or something falling short or buyer's remorse is awful. I don't want anyone to suffer from that. So I really would like to know what you guys are experiencing at whatever price DAC you have. I don't give a crap, right? Like I've always shared, I play at a certain depth of the pool. And it's not to brag or anything like that. It just relates to my income. Just relates to the income. So, you know, there's some nice stuff over here. And I'm proud of it. And it's beautifully, you know, you can't even see the wires other than the speaker cable. It's just beautifully installed. And it's fruits of the labor. And I mean hard labor. So just chime in, guys. Let me know. Again, thanks. If you feel so kind, you can contribute to the channel down there at the super thanks. Please like and subscribe. I'd like to know your thoughts on this topic and this segment. There's lots more to come. You know, I'm really putting myself out there, especially on the live chats. I did 2 hours today. Every couple days I'm doing it. So like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.